Alright, so yesterday I gave my thoughts on the Sony and Microsoft press conferences, and this morning I went to Nintendo's and thought I'd give my thoughts on that as well. As I mentioned with the Microsoft conference, there's pretty low energy coming in. They got things started off with Halo 4, which seemed to pick up the crowd. Sony seemed to have a pretty good buzz beforehand. Nintendo had a very strong buzz. Where I was sitting, people, were repeating all the popular and funny memes, the "My body is Reggie," all that stuff. But before the show got started, people were expecting a lot. And starting out the show with the Pikmin skit, really kind of lightened up the mood a little bit. People were, hoping to see that game. And whenever Miyamoto comes out on stage, it's always a fun time. And he did a good job talking about the game. It's one of the best ways to show off the Wii U was with that game, and it's crazy to think that it's been 10 years since the original Pikmin came out. Makes me feel old, but the game looked great. For me, that's all I really wanted to see from Nintendo. So seeing that right up front kind of put all my fears to rest, and I was able to just relax a little bit through the rest of the conference. So it was a good start. Obviously, there was the new types of Pikmin. The rock Pikmin looked cool. It looks like it's replacing the bombs that you'd pick up a little bit, using them to destroy stuff, attack things that are on fire. The usage of the gamepad was pretty cool. I liked how you could scroll around the map, use it to control your view, and jump between the leaders. So yeah, no story details are given except for the fact that Captain Olimar is gone, and that's part of the focus of the story. And then So then Reggie mentioned they were going to be showing 23 Wii U titles in some form. Unfortunately, most of those turned out to be in sizzle reel form, but then they talked about how they weren't going to have a lot of time to talk about 3DS, so they were going to be holding a separate conference for that. But some of the things that Reggie decided to point out here about the Wii U is that the Wii U is meant to be a place for your games, for your social life, and for your entertainment, and bringing them all in one. That's where we talked about services such as social media, media itself, streaming video, movies, TV, and then obviously the games, the focus of the machine. And then he also announced that you can use two gamepads on the system. Up until now, it's only supported a single gamepad, so it'll be nice being able to play with two on the same system. Obviously, multiplayer games online could have multiple gamepads, but two in the same room, that's nice. That led into the new Super Mario Bros. U, and it was heavily integrated with the Miiverse stuff, so the pop-up communication. And for those of you guys who've played Dark Souls or Demon Souls, you kind of know how those little message leaving functions work. It's pretty cool. It looks like it goes a little bit deeper in the Super Mario Brothers, but I think it'll be a lot of fun playing the game, seeing your friends' little notes scribbled in there, whether it be taunting or encouragement. After that, we got to look at Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. This is kind of where the buzz started to trail off in the conference, because as good as the game looks, no matter how you spin it, the game is an older game. It's been out for a while. The BAT mode that they showed was kind of a minor addition to the formula. The quick changing the moves on the pad, I mean, that's pretty minimal, kind of weak use of it. I did like the motion control integration for the batarangs and stuff like that. If you haven't played the game, though, it looks like that's the version you're going to want to play. So at least Nintendo's got that going for them, but it was kind of an odd choice to spend that much time on a game that a lot of people have already played, or it's been in people's minds and then they've moved on at this point. After that, they talked a little bit about Scribblenauts Unlimited, which looked really good. Got a lot of little chuckles when the guy made the dog with wheels and put that into the game, and so that looks like it could be a lot of fun. I've been a big fan of both the Scribblenauts games. The first one was a neat experiment that had its rough edges. Super Scribblenauts refined the formula, and this looks like it's ready to really take the series to the next level. So then from there they went into the kind of sizzle reel where they quickly showed a bunch of games. Darksiders 2, Mass Effect 3, which was a total surprise and it got pretty good cheer out of the crowd. Tank Tank Tank, which is, for those that don't know, it's actually a Namco arcade game. And you can play the arcade game on the E3 show floor, which is kind of strange that they have that in here, but it's here at the show. But it's not, I didn't see the Wii U version. Maybe it's there alongside it. But they showed Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Trine 2 Director's Cut, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, and Aliens Colonial Marines. Funny enough, with all of that real, none of those are new games. They're all re-releases or remixes of existing games. So, I mean, that happens a lot.